Hey there, Tundra Nation, and welcome back to the channel. Now, I hope you're ready because today we're gearing up and roasting rifles like they're Russian transport vehicles. When this is over, leave your comment with your best one-liners so my writers have some content to steal, and make sure that you're subscribed. I can see that most of you that watch aren't, and that's very not cash money. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button. I'll wait a second.
Just do it!
Thanks, Shia. Now sit back and grab yourself a non-Molotov cocktail, and let's start the show. Starting off strong, we present to you a submission from the last Raichu. Jesus, what in the world hurt you so much that you would do this? Brandon, I'm sorry. I don't condone what the Tundra Nation does. Apparently, this Palmetto State Armory AK-74 has caused you enough childhood trauma that you decided to bastardize the only good thing that ever came from communism. Well, that and the memes. While bullpupping rifles that were not designed that way can be interesting, it's never a good idea, and this is even a worse idea. You ordered hundreds of dollars of Zenitco parts just to butcher them and bring this grotesque abortion of a firearm into existence.
Oh, this is disgusting. What is that? Is that Branson? Is that a tap-dancing crab demon?
Honestly, if bad ideas become a tradable commodity, I'm gonna be reserving drilling rights for your skull. You didn't even fully commit because once you ran out of money by ordering the nice Russian stuff, you then cheaped out and went with Magpul and some trash airsoft optic from Amazon for the rest of the build. Oh yeah, let's not forget the trigger from the Bubba Comblock Weapons legendary supplier, Capco. Once completed, you drop this trash onto a concrete floor in the basement apartment that you rent to hide these abominations from the world. With your newly modified AK, you head off to the range, and upon arriving, you had the hopes of showing the local FUDs that even the AK can be messed up as long as you have a Dremel and a dream. And the only thing we can think to ask of is... Next up, we have another bullpup because you guys obviously hate me and all things that are fun. Here we have a submission that was sent in from our good old buddy Pavel from Metro. At least this one was designed as a bullpup and not slapped together by some hillbilly in a clapped out shed while ripping lines of Colombian Bam Bam off a donkey's poop shooter.
Watch your profanity.
While none of the accessories that have been added to this build are top-notch, they do add up together to be about the same amount of money that's missing from your wife's purse. It's kind of weird. We figured this out by the fact that you ran outside to your neighbor's yard at night when your wife was asleep just to take this picture next to a tree that doesn't have a dog chain wrapped around it. Should have secured that weapon light pressure pad wire there, bud, because it's probably gonna get stuck on the chain link fence. You're gonna have to crawl under to get home and hide this before the wife finds out.
I'm in danger.
The self-hatred is so evident in this build because I see you went with a red dot and magnifier combo instead of the superior prowess that is the LPVO. A Keltec RDB is kind of like a Mazda 3. You wanted something close to a Civic, but you had to be different, am I right? You did the research. You started looking at the equivalent of a new spoiler, an air intake, new headers, nice headlights, and then you took the advice of the 19-year-old at AutoZone and you left the exhaust stock. And that, my friends, is demonstrated by the A2 birdcage flash hider out front. And who the hell uses a bullpup without a foregrip of some kind anymore? It's 2022 and you've been around long enough to know better. Much like the father that regrets your burdensome existence, my writers and I are not angry. We're just disappointed. Our next submission comes from Joel0424, and it's a twofer, folks. First up, this Savage MSR 15 screams I picked stuff from all of my favorite content creators' top brands. Sporting a Black Rain Ordnance handguard, a Daniel Defense grip, a Radian charging handle, and a Griffin flash hider, not to mention the Vortex glass up top, all of this is packed onto a trash receiver. I had blissfully forgotten that Savage even made ARs because I don't know anyone that has one. That is, until you came along and posted this Blem receiver set, or at least I assume because of the scratch along the mag weld, and sullied the great Tundra Nation Discord. Link in the description below.
Wink, wink.
This is one of the cleanest examples of a try-hard rifle to impress your gun friends that actually know what they're talking about. Now you put that rifle away and go make your bed before you show us your next gun.
Good job.
Here we have this Stag lower receiver with a BCM upper setup that is a true abomination from top all the way to bottom. While scrolling on Reddit, you saw a fad going around from posts that date to 4 years ago, and you had an idea, and that was your first mistake. You thought, I too should rattle can my gun and everything on it a hideous bronze color. You chose bronze because it's the only color cross that you got from Father Flanagan after Bible camp was over, and he was awarding the Best at Oral Confessions awards to you.
What?
Wow, we've never gone there before. I'm sure that 50-round drum from whatever company runs about as well as an armored vehicle low on fuel and 45 miles past the logistics lines. Other than that, this thing seems to be pretty similar to most pistol builds out there that you see online. SP Tactical Brace, SIG Red Dot, Blast Can, the list goes on. The thing that makes this thing so bad is you had everything painted to be that horrible color. By the way, if you're gonna take pictures of your rifles on the bed, at least make sure to get the clothes off and make your bed look okay if you're gonna post them to social media. And turn the camera to take the pictures in landscape mode. These, well, they're rookie mistakes.
Come on, man.
Switching away from rifles, we have this post from the Pookie Doodle. I don't even know where to start with how much cringe is involved in this gun. The paint scheme is a true good for anywhere pattern. From the bathhouse to the dumpster behind the Popeyes downtown, you will blend in with your local bushes no problem. Based on the vanity optics plate cover and the camel pattern, you'll be easily convinced to betray your morals for just a little bit of meth and the promise for petting a tiger. But if that wasn't enough to disgrace your Polymer 80, you put the P80 trigger in it with the red rocket safety, and then put this into a Recover Tactical brace with a spare magazine holster. Tell me you're not recoil sensitive without telling me you're not recoil sensitive. You would have had the money for a red dot if you didn't spend all that extra cash on those Yeezys. And what's going on with your ankles? Are you wearing a Yankee Marshall ankle holster on one side and an ankle monitor on the other? I'm gonna go ahead and guess the ankle monitor since you put an ATF agent watching you on the backplate of this pistol, just to remind you can't go out and do hood rat stuff until your probation is over.
That's a dang it.
Our last submission for the day is this Ruger 1022 from Ranger of whatever the heck he's calling himself this week. As usual with Ranger submissions, something has to be 3D printed. So this has a 3D printed gat crank for decreased accuracy by volume. To be fair, that Kmart pellet gun scope really wasn't up to the task anyways, and this has been slammed into an Archangel stock equipped with an airsoft quality foregrip and bipod. But if all of this wasn't tactical enough, we've got that sweet Form Zero suppressor. This is the type of thing that I expect to see out of the Ohio educated weebs. It 100% looks like the type of sniper rifle that you see in every anime show. I do appreciate the effort put into finding a spot on the floor to take this picture that doesn't have the stains from spilt cans of Old English and Dremel dust. Stop accidentally ordering all that cringe anime stuff and start making actual good improvements to some of these guns, man. Don't let the spirit of ingenuity die, but maybe stop letting it drink all the time. That's all we got for you today, folks. If you liked the video, make sure to smash that thumbs up button and check out these two blasts from the past. Also, let the writers know what you thought in the comments section. Check us out live 6 days a week here at twitch.tv/Tundra Gaming Live. And don't forget to join us next week when we still don't know what the heck we're doing. Bye.